Hello, I'm William Michael of the Classical Liberal Arts Academy. It's late Saturday night on October 26th, and I've been working quite a bit recently. I'm sure that parents and students may see lots of lesson video content being produced across the curriculum. And I wanted to take a quick minute before I wrap up for Sunday and head home and enjoy the Lord's Day to talk about the reason why the videos that I'm making for lessons in the Academy are long. I make long form videos. They often go over an hour, sometimes up to an hour and a half. And I know that students may look at these videos and when they open the video, they may see that it's an hour and 12 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes and say, ugh, why are these videos so long? And I'd like to explain why I am intentionally making long videos. It's not accidental. It's not that I'm just verbose and like to ramble a lot. There's a reason why long videos are good for students in these courses. When you think about transcripts, when you think about filling out high school transcripts, diploma requirements, and things like that, one of the requirements is that students have high school credits for the required subjects in the curriculum. And a high school credit, the actual definition of a high school credit is 120 hours of instructional time. 120 hours of instructional time is what it means to have one high school credit in a subject. So to put Algebra 1 on a transcript suggests that the student had 120 hours worth of instructional time in that subject. So to go and play on Khan Academy or go and play on IXL and some of these online resources and call that Algebra 1 or call that high school physics is really not honest, because the students are supposed to be receiving instruction in these subjects from qualified teachers, or at least from their parents. So I see that as as an issue of honesty in homeschooling. That when we say a child has had a year of high school physics, that means that the child has had the equivalent of 120 hours of instruction. And if they haven't, then I think there is an honesty issue that parents are putting things down on transcripts and giving diplomas to children without really having provided what they claim that they're providing. So what I would like to do, a solution for that, an honest solution for that, is to make use of videos where the children can get a significant amount of instructional time, and to keep track of that instructional time and actually fulfill that requirement, to actually have the children receive 120 hours of instructional time. So when I make these videos, an hour and 15, an hour and 12 minutes, 58 minutes, and so on, one of the reasons I'm intentionally doing that is to provide students with these hours and hours and hours of instructional time. So if you can help the children to work through these videos, listen through these videos as I really just walk through their textbooks, walk through these subjects with them and for them, adding some commentary here and there, adding some Catholic critical commentary here and there. If you can encourage the kids to work through these videos, watch these videos, you can get for them these hours of instructional time which allow you to honestly satisfy these high school diploma and transcript requirements. So there's a reason for these long videos, and I think if you would explain that to the children, explain how these videos help them, how they actually allow them to fulfill their school requirements for credits and time spent in class and things like that. I think it'll be motivating and help them to make good use of these videos. So that's my goal, actually. My goal is not to just boil a lesson down as simply as possible or give a 5-10 minute short video on a topic, because if you think about it, while that may be interesting it's really not serving the purpose, which is to provide children with instructional time. It's really a measure of time spent under the influence of a teacher in a particular subject area. So these lengthy videos are intentional. I'm intentionally spending hours and hours and hours every day to provide this content. And if you can work with your children to help them persevere through these videos, because it's a lot of time, if you can help them to make full use of this video time, you can just add up the time for the videos and continue until you've got 120 hours of instructional time for that subject, and then honestly and really add it to a transcript and say, yes, my son has completed 120 hours of instructional time in elementary algebra or high school Latin or English composition or high school science and so on. So I just wanted to explain why I am intentionally producing such lengthy videos. There's a purpose for that. It's not just to explain the content, not just to make things clear. It's also to provide time of instruction for students, because that's a necessary part of high school curriculum studies and record keeping. So that's it. I want to explain why I choose to publish lengthy videos. And when I go through the textbooks, I read every line, I go through exercises, I make comments and things like that. And if the alternative is that the kids are going to study those textbooks for themselves. And to be honest, many of these courses, the study materials are quite dry. It's I think more difficult to work through the textbook alone than to have a teacher in a video walk through that textbook for you and cover all the content in it. So I recommend that families in the academy who want to satisfy modern high school requirements in all subject areas make use of these videos, understand why they're usually made to be an hour or so long, because I'm thinking of helping the kids satisfy high school requirements. So you can get this stuff on transcripts. And, I know that many homeschool families are lying on on transcripts, saying, oh yeah, we covered this and we covered that, and the kids haven't received the amount of instructional time in those subjects that they're supposed to be getting. So I'd like to provide that. So at least in the Classical Liberal Arts Academy, the stuff that we put on transcripts and write on records, our high school diplomas and things like that, they can be honest. That's a concern of mine for homeschooling kids. So make use of these videos. I'm planning on making 5, 6, 7, 8 videos a day. And if you think of multiplying that by 100, 200 days of work each year, it's going to be a significant amount of video content. I'm going to aim for about an hour in length, anywhere from 50 minutes or so up to an hour and a half, depending on the content. And if you work through those videos, like I said, you'll have all of that instructional time in a very convenient way that you can both fulfill and keep track of as you work through these courses. So there is some reason to this madness. It's not just me rambling. I certainly wouldn't want to spend an hour and a half talking about elementary algebra if I didn't think it was helpful for the kids. But I'm going to go through all the subjects, including modern mathematics and modern sciences, so we can fill out their whole transcripts and provide a very simple way for the kids to get their high school studies done. I hope that's helpful. God bless, and have a great Sunday.